Hey guys, I hope everyone's having a great weekend, and wanted to come back and talk about, well, I recently watched Teal Swan's YouTube segment that was basically fuck the law of attraction, and I really love it, Teal. It's awesome. I think for me, it resonated because I've never seen the law of attraction so in such a limited way. Um, and 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 then there's always been a knowing of that everything that you invite into your experience, if you're choosing your highest path, or if you're going along the path of the highest, um, the highest road or highest path for your enlightenment or for your soul's purpose or for your highest evolution, oftentimes those situations will have both things. They'll have the mirroring and the projection and the needing to heal your wounds and your get in vibrational alignment with what you want. And then there'll also be those things that are placed there so that you can go through the challenges to grow and blossom. And I've certainly, know that in both scenarios, that you don't need to beat yourself up about it, like not getting it right, not being in vibrational alignment. Why am I in this? Why is this so challenging? Every time you're in a really challenging spot, like really challenging, and you think you can't see the other side or the light at the tunnel, like there's huge growth there, huge. With Teal, she talked about her court case and, really feeling all the vibrations within and not understanding why she had called that into her experience and why it was so tumultuous. But then she got it. It was part of like the bigger picture for her soul's, for her purpose in life. So I always say, like, if you can kind of like rise above yourself, take yourself out of your body and look down at the situation or down at the relationship from an objective standpoint or like a higher vibration elevation, and look at it as if someone else is going through it, and then ask all those questions like, why might this be happening? So anyhow, I thought that was great. But today I'm going to mimic her segment and say this. Ready? Is everybody ready? Are you in a twin soul relationship? Has your twin separated from you? Is there a separation phase? Is there another person in the twin soul connection? If so, this is what I need to say, what I've obviously named this segment. And basically it's this: fuck being the bigger person. So I've seen a lot of segments that, and teachers, guides, and, when there is another person involved in a twin flame connection, that, there's like this whole exception to the rule for morality. Like, I don't really understand that. Morals are still morals, and right and wrong is still right and wrong. And whatever you believe, you should walk in line with, so that you're not going against your true belief system. And certainly the teachings out there always say, honor the other person, honor the person that, is in this relationship with your twin flame. And I get that. I really do. I'm in that situation. And, once I got past it, really, really entrenched myself in all of this twin flame knowledge and lots of opinions and lots of different things. You sort of filter out what resonates with you. And there are a lot of patterns that are similar in every twin flame relationship. But I guess what I really want to focus on today is where is the line between right and wrong, especially when there's another relationship involved. And even though your connection is so far above any other connection that your twin could have with anybody else. How do you convey that, and how do you practice that, and how do you act in three-dimensional reality? And I'm sure lots of you are wondering this. So the reason why I've called this fuck being the bigger person is because I'm asking everybody who's in this situation or in something similar to really look at the situation, come back into the three-dimensional plane, and let it be okay to stand up for yourself, to cut communication, to set boundaries. Make sure you're setting boundaries. It was Alison Lessard did a segment on twin flames that was great. She has a lot of great twin flame information segments out there, and she's quite an expert on it. However, she said, your twin flame will never disrespect you, and I have to disagree. Especially if you look at it this way. You're the awakened one. Your twin is awakening. And we all know that. Or maybe you're both awakening at different rates. And we all know that when you're awakening, and when you're not fully awakened yet, your wounds play into how you act. You're ignorant because you don't have all the knowledge that you need to navigate situations. And in that, there's oftentimes disrespect, ignorance, and things like that. I'm not talking about abusive situations or anything like that. I'm talking about because you're in a higher place with this twin flame connection, and you can get there, and you can meditate and connect with this person, and there's that telepathic connection like I have with my twin. But in 3D reality, I have been setting boundaries, and I have had to struggle with that every day, because although I know how beautiful the connection is as a whole and from a soul level, in your real life, there are important things to pay attention to. So let me be more specific about my situation. So I had done a few segments about the last segment I think I did. If you haven't seen it, please watch it. It was really about, writing a letter, communicating your feelings, whatever. But I sort of wrote this text and drafted it and never sent it. And it was all about I need to cut communication for myself, not out of spite, not being malicious, not because I think the relationship is over in any way or that the connection will ever be over, but it was just a making peace with, I'm at peace with it, opening the door time and time again, or hearing about the other person, or it's hurtful, and I don't care how much you've done your work, it still is, and it's hard, it's hard to swallow, even if you have a firm understanding on bigger picture, higher vibration stuff. The thing to remember is the other person isn't probably not looking at all of it this way. And so for me, I started to feel like my twin flame, I know it's not intentionally, but he is sort of playing peekaboo, there can be the let me keep her on a string sort of dynamic. I hate to say it because I know what the twin flame connection is, and I know how strong it is. But the cat and mouse thing, the opening, closing the door, some communication, no communication, nobody can tell you how to navigate the situation. You just have to stick to your morals and set clear boundaries so that you can deal with it. For me, it's best to not have communication because I can very well connect with him on this level, telepathically, through visualization, meditation. I send him love every day, and when I get into the 3D plane again with him, and, and I feel this other person, or, I get tidbits, or like he'll send me a picture of himself, like, why are you doing this? You're in another relationship. Just, to me, it's not right. So I'm just saying, it's great to be up here with all of it, but there is still a reality, and you still have morals, and you still have beliefs, and you have to honor that other relationship that he's in as much as you're honoring yourself, if honor yourself probably even more. So with that said, like, I'm dying to hear from everybody to figure out, like, how are you guys all navigating this? I ended up, because it was like, okay, I have to speak to my last segment again. I said also in that segment that I must have had some sort of an opening, been leaving an opening for him to contact me, like, in my vibration, in my intention. And I said, of course, I love him. And of course you want to hear from that person when you love them. But when the opening and closing the door becomes like masochistic torture, like, and that's kind of how it started to feel to me, that, like, why chain yourself to that? Why do that? Why do anything that makes you feel bad? And so, like, as it started to make me feel bad, I'm like, I can close the communication in the 3D plane and just go to the place where I feel good with him, which is in fantasy, visualization, meditation, channeling, telepathic connection, all those things. So I wrote that manifesto. It was a manifesto, I called it, and never sent it to him, but made the intention of I would like the communication shut. And within literally 24 hours, he was like texting me and sending me a lot of communication, and just thought it was funny. So I looked at myself again and I said, is this you allowing? Did you really mean what you wrote in the manifesto? And I think also it's not just that there's maybe an opening there, but it's also the law of, like, what you resist persists. So now I'm resisting him. So yes, he's going to come after me. So it's just really, you just need to do what you need to do for yourself. So I had to really stop judging myself, because what's best for me right now is actually to block him so that he can't call me or text me for a while. And there's no ego in that. I am not trying to be malicious. It's the way to honor going towards what feels good to me, staying away from what feels bad to me with him, and to set boundaries that are healthy for me. And, we're still going to have an amazing connection, even in the silence. And I might need to do this for myself for a while, and keep that closed for a while. So that I can realign with this and the being okay with, some communication or not. Or maybe not. Maybe I'll keep the door shut for a very long time. Maybe somebody else is going to come into my life. I don't know. I really don't. I'm hoping my twin is really doing his work, and that even by, putting a block there, to me, although I've put like a block, a lot of people would view that as resistance, but it's not. It's actually like a block so that everything over here in my court, in my little dam, is flowing. It's actually like a whirlwind, a whirlpool. So, and everything on his side, I don't know, that's his job to work on. So, I am good over here. I am good. It's just like when it opens and there's like this yucky stuff trickling in from him, and this confusion, and, it opens up feelings. And all I wanted, the biggest message is, like, you don't have to judge yourself or feel guilty if you need to block or set boundaries or do whatever you need to do to feel good about the connection again. And, I don't know how long I'm going to keep that block there, but as long as I need to keep it there to keep feeling good and to keep feeling like I'm in my power, I've set clear boundaries, and I can have a healthier relationship with him, not speaking at all. at least until he works out this other relationship and it either ends or, you know, or something would have to shift on his end. So, anyhow, I just wanted to share that with you. It's really personal, and I hope that because I'm opening up at this level, that it helps you guys too. And like, I would love, love, love to just hear if you are going through a twin flame separation. What are you doing? Like, you know, if the person is involved in another relationship. So I will talk to you soon. I'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye.